Hi Leo, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you guys subscribe, I upload my new videos for Leo and Aquarius on Fridays. Also, the deck that I'm using today is called the Robin Wood Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in getting a personal reading from me, the link is in the description below. And just as a final heads up, I'm going to try to get you guys about 8 cards. I'll go ahead and take these two and put these ones back. I'm going to try to get you guys around 8 cards, and then we can get started on your general energy. Also, just as a heads up, sometimes the cards will flip over in the deck. I do see them, however, I usually don't take them unless they flip out like these ones have. Okay. So, I'm just going to take a moment to remind you guys that if you enjoy the reading, leave a like or a comment. Really helps out the channel. But your overall energy here is the Six of Pentacles, which is very interesting. Because the Six of Pentacles talks sort of about charity. So I'm thinking that for a lot of you guys, you might actually be charitable with your money right now, or somebody might be charitable with you. And I'm also getting that for some of you guys, you might be, for example, working at some kind of a charitable organization, either for profit or like either non-profit, or like maybe you work at like a shelter or something. I don't know, but like I'm definitely getting that there is a sense of giving back here. And I think that for some of you guys, it's just like a general sense of abundance, right? So like you may have come into some kind of stability, and as a result, now you're sort of taking your friends out for drinks, maybe, you know, taking them out for food, whatever kind of like sort of, however that manifests for you in the sense of giving money, right? And I'm seeing a very powerful reading here. I don't know why, but for some reason I'm getting that this Six of Pentacles person might be somebody that works at a college of some kind. That's coming very strongly for a lot of you guys. But with this Eight of Swords here, I'm definitely getting past energy. I'm getting that in the past, or even for some of you now in the present. But I'm definitely getting that there's this energy of like feeling trapped, and feeling like you have all these burdens with this Ten of Wands, right? So this Eight of Swords and this Ten of Wands together lead for a very stressful energy, because the Ten of Wands talks about carrying all these burdens, and I feel like you've been forced to carry those burdens for a long time, especially since you have the Eight of Swords, which talks about feeling trapped. So you have this energy of having to carry burdens and feeling trapped within carrying those burdens. So I feel like you were in a situation where a lot of people depended on you. Perhaps you were the sole provider in your home for a long time, or maybe you guys have just developed a lot of situations in your life, not on purpose, but like a lot of situations in your life that require your time, your energy, and your money. And I feel like right now with this Three of Wands here, you're trying to sort of come up with a game plan to solve a lot of those things and free up a lot of energy for you. And I feel like you're using the Seven of Cups to sort of fantasize about that, right? So I'm very much getting like the imagery of like, maybe if you have a lot of bills, like a lot of credit card bills, you sort of pay off the smallest credit card, and then you use that money towards the second biggest, and then you pay that one off, and then you use all that money towards the third biggest. Something like that, like a game plan that's coming out very strongly for a lot of you guys. And for some of you guys, that advice might have actually helped a little bit too. But like, it's very like freeing in a sense. Like you guys are freeing up your resources. And I feel like to some extent you've already executed your plan. Perhaps you're still executing it a little bit, but definitely you're gaining all these resources, and now you're sort of in this Seven of Pentacles energy, which is, okay, now that I actually have stuff to myself, like, what do I do with it? Right? And I feel like this is all very new and exciting in a lot of ways, especially here with this Hierophant. Like, actually, it's really funny that I said it that way, because the Hierophant stands for everything opposite of new and exciting, right? So, well, not necessarily boring, but like everything that's tradition and custom and sort of long lasting. And I feel like a lot of you guys are sort of trying to work towards that. I feel like a lot of you guys might have some kind of a person in your life that you're kind of sort of interested in right now. And, you know, having this time freed up, having this money freed up, I feel like it gives you a lot more opportunity to spend some quality time with this person. Especially since, like, I see this Eight of Wands, and I feel like you guys were tied up at work a lot. I feel like maybe perhaps some of you guys were having to work overtime in order to pay all your bills and all your stuff, and now that you're sort of exiting that period of your life, your release of that period of, like, stress with this Ten of Wands, you're very much in an energy now where you don't have to juggle things anymore, right? So this Two of Pentacles here, Two of Pentacles to me talks about juggling a situation. I'm getting for some of you, it might actually even be love, because it might be like, because I said earlier with this Ten of Wands that you may have been like the sole provider or something. I'm getting it for some of you, you may have been in a relationship where you were with a person that was just taking all your money, and as a result, you felt trapped with this Eight of Swords. And now that you've maybe ended that relationship, I'm definitely getting that this is a strong message for a lot of you guys. You're no longer having to juggle this, like, working for yourself and working to appease with them. And perhaps you, like, have found someone else, and you're no longer, like, having to sort of gauge that, do I stay or do I go? And definitely, I feel like for some of you, whatever this changes is very interesting, because, like, you were trapped, right? And this card here, the Five of Wands, is the card of conflict and competition, right? So the fact that you have, even just like in the same row, the feeling of feeling trapped and the conflict, it makes me feel as if other people were sort of depending on you, and that's why you felt so trapped. Because down here, where you have the Ten of Wands, which talks about you and all your burdens that you're shouldering, you have the Three of Swords in reverse. Now, the Three of Swords is a painful card to get in the upright, but since it's in reverse, it almost feels like you're healing, like it's over, like you're moving on. There's a lot of closure for a lot of you. I'm definitely getting two strong camps here. Either there's like one camp of you guys that were depended on by like maybe family members, and then there's another camp of you that were dependent by maybe like a partner of some kind, a significant other. And I feel like definitely there's been some conflict here. I'm getting that one song, and I can't remember who it's by. I think it's The Offspring, where it's like, "Why don't you get a job?" And I feel like that kind of energy is what, like, I feel like you can laugh about it now, but I feel like definitely in the moment it was very stressful, very heated arguments for some of you, especially because you have the Five of Wands. But I feel like after everything's said and done, you are now able to sort of relish in this Three of Swords in reverse energy, which is like, I think one of the best ways that I've ever heard, like, the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords described is like, you have the swords coming into the heart here, but like, since it's in reverse, it's like the swords are falling out. So it's like you guys are healing right now. And I feel like because all of this is sort of coming to an end, you're getting that closure of like this financial draining, you're like ripping off the leeches, so to say. You're entering a new stage of abundance where you can, and it's all very ironic, because it looks like here you're in a position where you were like forced to give, and now here you're in a position where you're giving because you want to. And I feel like that's a much healthier relationship with your own money, because now you have sort of more of a choice, and that doesn't come at the expense of the things that you care about and that you need. But that's a great reading. I hope that you guys have a really good time, especially with your newfound resources. But that was your reading first time around, Leo. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or a comment. It really helps out the channel, and I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new videos for Leos on Fridays. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.